Hello students. So in this video now we are going to study the next topic, which is copying formula using the fill handle. So in the previous method we have seen how we can how we can include the cell reference in our formulas, and now we will see how we can copy that formula by using the fill handle. Okay, just like copying the contents of a cell using the fill handle, you have seen that what you can do, you can copy the contents of a cell by using the fill handle. See, fill handle is the arrow, you can see. So it is a plus sign. If you look at a cell very closely, then you can see that at the bottom right corner of the cell, what you can see, if you select the cell, what you will see, a very small plus sign will be displayed over there. Okay, that is the fill handle, that is the handle of the fill handle of the cell. Okay, so you can, but just by dragging the fill handle, you can copy the contents of the cell also, and just by dragging the fill handle you can copy the formulas of the cell into the other cells also. Okay, the formula in a cell can also be copied using the fill handle just by dragging that. Okay, now we see what are the steps for that. Now first of all, select the cell containing the calculation, which is in our example, what is the cell here? We have done the calculation in the cell E3. Okay, so we have to now copy the formula which is in E3 to the other cells, which are E4, E5, and E6. Okay, so how you can copy the formula in the other three cells? Just select the cell E3 which is containing the formula, then click on the fill handle of the selected cell. See, fill handle at the bottom right corner. Okay, you can see the fill handle is displayed by a small plus type of sign. You can see it is arrow, or it is actually a plus sign. Okay, which is at the bottom right corner of the cell. Okay, you have to just drag that plus sign, which is a fill handle. Okay, so first of all, click on the fill handle, and keeping the left mouse button pressed, drag the mouse over the cell. See, whenever you are dragging, you just don't have to drag in the just before pressing the mouse button. You have to drag only after pressing the left mouse button, keeping the left mouse button pressed. So don't make a mistake, don't just click on the fill handle and drag it. Okay, before dragging the fill handle, make sure that you have kept the left mouse button pressed. Okay, keep the left mouse button pressed, and then click on the fill handle, then keep the left mouse button pressed, and then click on the fill handle, and keeping the left mouse button pressed, you have to drag the fill handle. Okay, don't leave the left mouse button before dragging. Okay, most of us make the mistake that after clicking the fill handle, we will leave our hold on the left mouse button, and we will drag the left fill handle. In that case, your fill handle will not be able to copy this formula to the other cells. Okay, for that we have to click on the fill handle, and then keep the left mouse button pressed, and then drag the mouse over the cells E4 to E6. Okay, where the formula has to be copied. It is clear to all of you? Now, release the mouse button when the last cell is covered. So after you have covered the last cell, then you have to release the mouse button. Okay, these things, when you do, they are very easy, but when we are trying to understand that by the theory, then they are a bit difficult to understand. That is why I have explained them by taking some time. Okay, so note that the relative references to the cells in the calculation automatically get changed as the cells are copied. You will see that as in the case of relative references, we know that what happens in the case of relative references, the references of the cells will change as the calculations, the relative references in the calculation will change automatically as the cells are copied. So depending on the formula in which the cells are, depending on the cell in which the formula is being copied, the relative reference will also change. Okay, now joining data in cells to form a sentence or a string. See, if you are having data in different cells and you want the data in different cells to form a sentence or a string, so how you can form a sentence? By joining all the data, by joining the different data in the cells. So how you can join the data? By using the concatenation operator or the AND operator. Okay, the AND operator or the concatenation operator is used for combining or joining the data from various cells to form a meaningful sentence. Okay, like for example, here what is there? See, in the first row we have name, shirt, trouser, and books are the four headers. Okay, and then what we have, we are displaying the respective values for them in the coming rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now so what we are going to do first is, first of all, type the data as shown in the cells A1 to D5. From A1 to D5, complete the typing in all the data. Okay, after you have typed all the data, then what you have to do? Now note how the data in the cells A2 to D2 are joined to form a sentence in the cell A7. What happens? From the data in the cells A2 to D2, they are joined together. Okay, how they are joined together to form a sentence in the cell. See what happens in the cell A7. What we are going to do? We want to join the content of all these cells A2 to D2 into one cell. We want to join the content of the cells A2 to D2 into one single cell to form a sentence. If you join all these two, the content of these four cells into one cell, then you can also form a meaningful sentence. So how we can do that? Okay, when the result in the cells A7 is copied to cells A2, A8 to A10 by dragging the fill handle. See, first of all, the content is in A7 only. Okay, and then what we do, we just drag the fill handle to the cells A8 to A10. Then what will happen? The same content will be copied over all these cells from A7 to A10. Okay, the relative references to the cell involved, the result will also change. Okay, and they will form different sentences, as you can see in this figure. Okay, see here what is there. We have done formula in A7, and then what we have done, we have completed the same formula in, we have copied the same formula in all the cells which are A7, A8, A9 and A10, means all the four cells which are beneath the cell A7. Okay, in the same column A. Okay, so now how it has been done, just see it. Okay, if I zoom it, you can see here what is written here. See, for using the cell value, we have written here the cell reference A2. Okay, and then and is used for concatenation here. Then we have used the string bot. So bot here is an additional string which I have used here within double quotes. Then again we will use and for joining with B2. B2 means for 3. Okay, here the value of B2 will come 3. Okay, then and again the string is there, shirts, then comma, the string will close, then again and then C2 means what? The value of the trouser, which is 2. Number of trousers is 2. Then and trousers and which is string, and then again use and is again a concatenation operator. It will again join the value of D2. D2 value is what? In the first row it is 2 only. Okay, it is 2 and pair socks. Okay, so this again pair socks is string which is joined using the and operator. So now you see that using the concatenation operator you can join the different contents in the different cells also with the different strings which you can use to make to join the content of cells and make a meaningful sentence. Like you can see here the complete sentence shown here. Okay, Gonik Roy bought 3 shirts, 2 trousers and 2 pair socks. So in this way the four cells, the content of the 4 cells have been joined with other strings to form a meaningful sentence. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you now. Now, using the AutoSum feature in Excel. The AutoSum feature in Excel is what? See, AutoSum feature available in the editing group of the home tab can also be used to automatically add numbers in a range of cells. Okay, it can be used for adding numbers automatically add numbers. Automatically add means what? You don't have to write all the cell references and create a formula for adding. You just have to click on the button and it will automatically add all the values in the cell range, in the range of cells. Okay. Apart from getting the sum, this feature can also be used to easily get the average, maximum or minimum from a range of cells. So these are different functions which can be performed by using the AutoSum feature. I have also given a question in the assignment also. Okay, this is the answer you can write from here. Okay, before you use AutoSum, how you can use that? First of all, you have to open a new Excel sheet like shown in figure 2.3 and type the data and format the cells. In the same, you can see here in this figure what has been done. We have created a new open a new Excel sheet and we have typed the data as shown here. One row, one column is for house and name of the house, and the participants are there in the B column. Okay, and then after you have calculated the total, we want to calculate the total number of participants in the cell B8. Okay, in the cell B8 we want to calculate the total of all the participants. So that for that we can use the AutoSum feature here. Okay, the sum function of the AutoSum feature can be used for getting the sum automatically. Okay, how we can use the sum function? Let us get the total number of participants. For that, to do that, we need to add the individual participants in the cell B3 to B7. So first of all, select C8, cell B8. First of all, you have to select cell B8 because there we want to calculate the total. Okay, and then what you will do? You will click on the home tab and click the arrowhead to the right of the AutoSum button under editing group. Now you have to click on the home tab, and then after clicking on the home tab, what will happen? You have to click on the arrowhead to the right of the AutoSum button under the editing group. Okay, now you click on the home tab. When you click on the home tab, and you have to go to the editing group and you have to click the arrowhead which is to the right of the AutoSum button. You can see the AutoSum button in the figure here. You have to click on the arrow which is to the right side. Okay, when you click on the arrow, then what will happen? A drop down list will appear. Okay, which will show you the different functions which are available. Okay, the different functions which are available will be shown in the drop down list. You can use any of the functions from by choosing any function from the drop down list. You can perform that function from the AutoSum feature. Okay, so like here you want the sum feature, so you will click on the function name sum from the list and it will appear in the cell B8 as shown. If you see in the figure, what will happen? As soon as you click on that, what will happen? This function will be appearing in the cell B8. Okay, the cell range of the cell B8, that is B3 to B7, will get automatically selected as the argument of the sum function. As soon as I click on the sum function, sum option, what will happen? This sum function will be appearing in the cell B8 also, and what range will be passed as argument? The cell range from B3 to B7 which you want to sum, that cell range will be passed as the argument to this sum function. Okay, now we finish the process by pressing the enter key from the keyboard. Then what will happen? The result of the addition of the values of the cell B3 to B7 will get displayed in the cell B8. Okay, you can see now the result has been displayed in the cell B8. Okay, so now students, we will stop our video here only. In the next video, we will discuss the next topic, which is about discussing the other functions of AutoSum, which are average and max min. Till then, thank you.